In this video, I'm going to go over my top secret list of websites to help you as a professional private investigator. Now, this is not a list of databases. I've covered that in a previous video, and if you want, you can go to my channel page and you can search for that. This is a list of 30 what I call out-of-the-box thinking type of websites that can help you as a PI. So let's get started. We are going to get started with StartMe. This is at start.me. This is an excellent website for keeping all of your bookmarks. Let me show you an example of mine really quick. Now this is my StartMe page. This is my home page on my browser. I've blurred it out to kind of protect some of my databases and different sites that I use and things like that I don't necessarily need to be out there in the public. But as you can see, there are a lot of categories. I have my regular bookmarks, I have my county assessors, I have my PI searches, I have all kinds of different sections in here that I can put everything in. So everything is easily accessible for me when I need to find it. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. The next page we're going to look at is called Alternative To. With this web page, you can come in here and you can put in any kind of a program and you can find alternate programs for it. So you can see if there's something else that may open up a file. I often will get files from clients, even from witnesses, from law enforcement, even in discovery and things like that, that I am not able to open or view in the software that I have. So I can come here and I can look for other alternatives. So you can enter anything up here in the search. They also have a lot of information on new app releases and stuff like that. And if you go down here, they kind of usually have a list of the top ones that people are looking for in different areas. So I can go here to like Adobe Photoshop. If I'm looking for an alternative to Adobe Photoshop, it's going to give me a little information about the program itself. It's going to tell me like about GIMP. Be careful, it always puts an ad right here usually too. But GIMP is actually a program that I use as a Photoshop alternative. Bleeping Computer is an excellent site to go to find out a lot about the various security risks that are coming up, that are new, just being found, things like that. A lot of news on different pieces of security, different viruses, ransomware, things like that. Broadcastify is one you're really going to be interested in. Now be careful, this right here, this continue is an ad. You can kind of see that there. But with Broadcastify, you can go in and you can listen to live police, fire, EMS, aviation, and other types of radio feeds that are out there. So let's hop in really quick into Colorado, since I'm here in Colorado, and we're going to come up here to Weld County. That's where I live. And I can come down here and I can see the different areas. Now again, be careful. These are ads. So you can go down in here and I can look and I can see Weld County Sheriff's Office. So I can click on the play button and it's going to bring it up. This next one is called CleanPNG. And this is going to give you very clean, very clear, transparent PNG images. And you can come in here and you can search for them if you're looking for something, just for marketing for your website. But you can also upload a video. And you might use this if you want to take an image that has a lot of people and you want to cut a certain person out, so you can just show that individual like in a report or something like that. Designer is our next web page. Notice the spelling there, Designer. This is really a replacement for like Canva. So this is going to be more used for your marketing, but a lot of times I will create different types of documents like my lost kitty poster and things like that for different things when I'm going out on cases and I need a pretext out there. Down Detector is another really good web page to help you find out when a service has been down. If somebody says my Verizon was down, my whatever, my AT&T, whatever it is, that was down. We're going to look at Comcast Xfinity really quick right now. So right here, these have been the reported outages of the service. So I can tell that there were problems this morning. In fact, it's showing that there's problems currently right now. Our next one is fast.com. I like to use this one for testing my internet speed capabilities. I don't trust the other ones because a lot of times they're ran by these ISPs, internet service providers. And going here, this doesn't have any ads in it. It's not sponsored by one of these internet service providers, so they have no reason to show some being faster and some being slower. And you can come here and you can say, show me some more, and it's actually going to show your latency, and it's going to show your upload speed. Google Fonts is another one of those sites that I love to go to. This has all kinds of fonts, literally. I mean, if you look here, 1,576 font families. You can go through and you can see each one. Roboto, 12 styles. This one has one variable. This one has 2 different variables. There's a lot of them, and they're all free to download. So if you need fonts for your reports, or you're trying to match fonts, things like that, you can come here and it's all free. You can download them right here. Hackingplaining is another great site. This one is explaining how hacks work. Now, it does walk through and it has lessons on how to write actual hacks out there, how to do SQL or SQL injections, how to do different things. But it's not necessarily to teach you how to be a hacker, but it teaches you how hacks work. So if you have a client that thinks they've been hacked a certain way, you can come here and maybe see how that might have happened. This is another huge one. Have I been pwned, or have I been pawned, however you want to call it. This one will show you if somebody's email address has been compromised. And I love to use this for my clients and show them some of the areas that they may have some vulnerabilities out there. I can come in, for instance, and we can just type in bob@robert.com. And we can see how Mr. Bob has been, if he's been pwned or pawned or not. And oh no, he has. 27 data breaches have been found for this email, bob@robert.com. And then you go down, it's going to show you, his Adobe account, his he's been listed on the anti-public combo list. His check account has been compromised. You can see all of his accounts and all the lists that show his email and his password and his other credentials and a lot of other information about that individual at that email address. How Stuff Works is a wonderful, wonderful website to come to and literally find out how things work. If you're trying to figure out how a certain application works on a phone, or how do you do different types of things, this is a great place to be able to come and see how to do that. And sometimes I've had electronics that have come up in websites, or even other pieces of mechanical equipment, and I've been able to come in here and then I can look and I can find out how that might have been operated by the subject. iFixit is another wonderful one. This tells you how to fix all kinds of things out there. I use this a lot, just mostly for myself, how to fix things if something goes wrong on my computer, on a laptop, with a camera, something like that. I love PDF, and this is a great, great website here. You can merge PDF files, you can split PDF files, you can compress them, you can change a PDF to a Word document, you can turn it into a PowerPoint or an Excel spreadsheet, you can turn a Word document into a PDF or a PowerPoint into a PDF. Just about everything there. You can unlock, remove the passwords for PDFs. You can put a watermark on your PDF. This is an excellent, excellent site. Now, I do want to put out a word of caution on any of these sites where you have to upload your data, be it a PDF or a Word document or an image or whatever. If you are uploading sensitive data, that may be a little bit of a problem, because we don't really know who's behind this and what they're doing with that data that you're uploading. So you want to use some caution with what you put up there. Mathway is one great little website. With this one, you can put in really long math problems in here. And this would be really good if you're doing like an accident investigation and they have those really long, crazy algorithms of how to calculate how fast a car was going when it hit a tree on such and such a hill at such and such an angle or whatever. You can come here and put those equations right in here, and it will explain how it actually worked and give you the answer. Now, I know I said I wasn't going to do a lot of databases, but I have to throw this one in there. TPS, or True People Search. This is an excellent web page. This is one that is always my first go-to when I'm looking for information on people, especially when they call me. When I'm sitting here at my desk and I'm talking to a potential client, I'm pulling this up and I'm going over here to phone search, and I'm going to search for their phone number, and I'm going to see what it tells me about them to see if they're lying to me or anything like that. Now in here, we're just going to click over here on name search really quick, and we're going to put in Bob Robert again. We're going to look at Bob Roberts in Raleigh, North Carolina. And now it's going to list all the people named Bob Roberts in North Carolina, give us their age and where they used to live and all kinds of information like that. We can click into any one of these records. It's going to tell us where they currently live. It's going to give us a map of where they live, the phone numbers associated, their AKA aliases. It's going to give us their email address. Again, their current address with all the information, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 3,231 square foot, how old it was, the last sell amount, what they probably paid for it if they owned it, what the estimated value is. A lot of great information here. Previous address history is right here too. Their possible relatives, their possible associates as well. Online Convert is a great website where you can go to and you can convert audio files, video files, documents, ebooks, you name it, you can convert it from one format to another format. GetLinkInfo.com. With this one, you can put in all those little tiny URLs, bit.lys, all those small compressed URLs, and you can put those addresses in there. And it's going to tell you what the original URL is before you ever go there. It's also going to look for redirects on there, and it's potentially going to tell you if there's spyware on there, phishing software, or anything like that, any other types of malicious software before you ever go there. PickMonkey is a wonderful site to just quickly do some fast photo editing and some design as well. Again, I use this a lot in marketing and things like that. It's kind of a replacement for Canva again. Pixelr is another online photo editor, and an AI image generator is built into it. So you can edit photos and you can add things into it. You can do all kinds of wonderful things with photos. Now, I'm not saying you should take photos of your subjects out there on surveillance and alter them in any way. Sometimes you need to be able to crop things out of a photo, or you need to be able to put two photos next to each other so you could compare them. A good example is like this one right down here. You can put somebody in and you can remove part of that shirt on there so you can see what it looks like without that on there if somebody just did that. You could potentially do this. I could see using this with tattoos. Take tattoos off of people and see what they look like without their tattoos, or with a different shirt on, or with a ball cap on, or without their sunglasses, different things like that. PrintFriendly is one of my favorite websites of all time. With PrintFriendly, you can, of course, drag and drop files in here, and it will convert it into a print-friendly file, and you can even download it as a PDF. But one of the great things about it is you can paste a URL, a website right in here, and it's going to bring it up in a nice clean document for you to view that you can turn into a PDF. Here's one of the great things about it. If you have one of those news stories out there and you want to read the news story, you're working a case, you're going through, you find a possible story about your subject, and it's at some far off distant state in some little bitty town, their newspaper there, and you go there and it gives you just a snippet of the story, and then it wants you to subscribe to their newspaper to be able to get the rest. And you don't necessarily want to subscribe. You don't even know if it is the right article that you need for the subject. So what you can do is pop that in here. It will sniff it out. It's going to read that web page, and it's going to give it to you in a nice, clean format, usually without any ads in it, and you can read the entire story. An absolutely wonderful, wonderful website, PrintFriendly. PrivNote, or private note. If you need to send somebody a private message that you don't want anybody else to know about, you can come in here and you can just write your private messages right in here. And then You go down and you say, let's create the note. And it's going to give you a link. Now you send this link via text or email or whatever to whoever, and they can then read this message. But after they've read that message, it's going to destroy that message. Road trippers. This is a great one if you need to plan a trip. So you're going to go all the way from wherever this is, LA up to Chicago, and you want to see all the things along the line for your trip. You can see where you're going to start and where you're going to stop in all these places that you can stop at and see. But if you know your subject went from point A to point B, you can put that in here and you can see what their trip might have looked like. So you can see all the places they may have potentially stopped at. And I've had to use this many times to look at future trips as well as look at past trips to see where somebody may have gone or where they may stop along the way. Small PDF, it's another one of those wonderful PDF tools. And this one is free as well. But again, you can turn your PDF to Word, you can merge PDFs, you can turn a JPEG, an image, a PNG, a BMP, a GIF into a PDF. You can do e-signatures, you can edit the PDF, you can compress them, and more. 10-minute email. This one, it's sort of like that PrevNote. 10-minute email is going to give you an email address for 10 whole minutes. That's it, 10 minutes. You need an email address that you can use when you're signing up for something. You know how you sign up for something and you need a quick email address just to confirm that it's you? You can use that here. Or you need an email address to send someone an email, but you don't necessarily want to get anything back. You can use it. Now, I caution everybody with all of these, use them within the limits of the law and ethics that are required for our profession. Tiny PNG, Tinify. This is a really nice one too. You pop in an image right here. You can put up to 20 images at a time, a max of 5 megabytes each, and it's going to compress them down, and it will compress them down a considerable amount. So you need smaller pictures for your reports. You need smaller pictures for your website. You need smaller pictures to drop into a video to explain something. This is a great website to do that, so you're not bogging down those files with great big large images. Terms of service, didn't read. You know, you've gotten all those terms of services from all those websites out there, but who really read them? Here you can come in and you can enter any kind of a service that you want, and it will read the terms of service for you and give you a summary of what is in there. And it will give a grade. Like you'll see here, it gives a grade. Facebook, it gives a very low grade. A is the best, E is not so good. It's going to tell you some of the things about that. Facebook stores your data, whether you have an account or not. Your identity is used in ads that are shown to others or not. I haven't confirmed any of this. This is what this website says. So it's going to grade them. What you're looking for is like grade B, Wikipedia. It's a fairly safe site to go out there and use. Is it accurate? You know, I'm going to leave that up to you, but as far as from a safe standpoint, it's fairly safe. DuckDuckGo, there's another great one right there. Great search engine. It's really safe. It's going to give you all that information. Urban Dictionary is one that you can go to and see what silly things that people are saying means, like what chaotic stupid is. You know, let's just look at some of the more common ones. OMG. You just start to type it in and it's going to give you a list of all the possibilities of OMG. VirusTotal is one of those sites that you really need to probably have in your arsenal of websites out there. This one, you can upload a file. You can check it for viruses, but one of the things I love is a URL. Put in any URL, any potential suspicious URL. Put it in here and it's going to go out and it's going to check it for malicious software. It's going to see, is there any malware out there? Are there any breaches on that website? Is there any phishing going on? Is there a virus on there? Anything like that. And then last but not least, YouTube and the PI Guide channel. And you can scroll through and you can see all of the different training that I offer out there. Tips, tricks, and advice for private investigators, surveillance training, TSCM bug sweep training, my popular video list, the private investigator stories, how to run a PI business, marketing for the PI business, and if you are a member, there is a members only section of videos as well.